Hi everybody, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending on the time you are seeing this video. If you are seeing this channel for the first time, my name is Sophia and you are watching Jophia DIY. If you are a returning subscriber, thank you so much for coming back. In today's video, I'll be making pimple and rashes soap. And what you see me doing here is I'm preparing my herbal lye. Like anytime I want to work with herbs, especially of be it fresh herbs or hydrated ones, this is the step I will take before I will start this soup production. Okay, I'm preparing my herbal lye. What I have in there is I have bitter leaf, not just bitter leaf. I have I have a specific amount or quantity that I'm using for this. I don't just go and pluck a bitter leaf and soak or infuse. No, I am working, as you can see, I'm working with my scale, so I have the actual measurement I'm working with. This is my hydrated moringa leaf, and I'll be using that as well to I will be infusing everything together. And after putting it into the lye, I will leave it for some days. Then I will start the soup production. So I make sure that everything sips in the lye. Then I will keep it and come back in 2 days. Okay, this is 2 days of soaking the herbs. Okay, what you're seeing in that cup is my herbal lye. All right, so make sure you put on your hand gloves. If you don't have your hand gloves, you can put on a nylon bag, okay, and secure it with a rubber band. Okay, this is my herbal lye. You see how beautiful that is looking. Okay, I'm going to give it a stir to see the level of the maceration. Okay, you see it. A lot of people may want to add the leaves, the herb into their soup, but I will filter mine. I will sieve it. Okay, I'm going to get my sieve and sieve everything because I don't want to see the particle of the leaves in the soup. Okay, because this is the soup I'm making this soup for a customer. All right, so I'll make sure that you don't use any of the equipment you're using here in preparing food or in your kitchen. Okay, all the things you're seeing here, the funnel, the cups, everything is specifically used for my production. I don't take any of them home for any purpose. All right, so I will sieve or filter the herbal lye to remove the leaves particles in it, because what I'll be working with is just the lye solution. Okay, so I'll make sure that I get the required amounts I need. After making yours, if the amount you've gotten, if the amount of lye you've gotten is more than what you needed, you can easily reduce it and take the actual amount you needed. All right, so I'm going to remove one of the hand gloves, but I actually put on a double hand glove in order to not to soil the one I'll be working with. Okay, so I'll keep this aside and start the soap proper. Now I'll transfer this herbal lye into another container. I don't know why, but I just want to transfer it into. Okay, this is my measuring jug anyway. I'll use it to measure other ingredients. All right, so as you can see, I weigh it. For those that will ask me what quantity of herbal lye do you use, okay, look at it there. Now I'm going to measure out my oil. I'll be working with several oils here. This is one of them. I'll measure that out. It's not enough, so I brought in another one. I measured that out. I've gotten the actual amount I needed. I'll keep that aside, and I will measure out my butter. I measure out my butters. Make sure that you don't use more than the required percentage of butter. Butters and oil, they have the percentage. They work perfectly with. Don't just take butter and because you want to add to your soap, you carry all the butters you have. No, you have to use the percentage needed. Okay, I'm going to melt the butter down. I'll put it in the microwave to melting down. Then I'll come back and measure out all the other oils. In this particular oil, you can use um coconut oil. That in place of palm kernel oil, you can use coconut oil because they have same um quality. Okay, so that's that. And I will bring out everything, make sure that everything is set before I start the production. Okay, now I'm going to check the specific gravity again. Okay, for those using hydrometer, people will be saying that this is an old method of making soup. Yes, I know, and this old method of making soup is working for me. Okay, I know that I don't know how to use like calculator. I can use like calculator and any other calculators. All right, I can teach you how you can use that. All right, but this is the method that works for me. Okay, so I've told you that if you can get anything between 1275 and 1250 using your hydrometer, you are good to go with your betting soap. All right, but if it's more than that, you have to dilute. If it's lower than that, you have to add extra caustic soda. Right, so I'm going to remove that and wash it and keep aside. It's very fragile. So I will go in to bring my butter that has been melted down. Please, if you have not subscribed to this channel, kindly click on that subscribe button and also click on the notification bell beside it and like this video and drop a comment for me. Okay, in here I have two types of oil now. Okay, I have two types of oil and I'm going to pour that into my mixing bowl. All right, I'll pour it and make sure that every drops enters the bowl because everything has been measured out. All right, so I will first of all add my herbal lye. You can mix all your oils together, okay, but I choose to work this way today. I choose to add my herbal lye into the oil. I'll mix it very well. Make sure that everything has been mixed very well before adding in the other oils. Okay, but normally you will have to mix all your oils together, both the hard oils and the light oil and the soft oils together. Then you now add your lye solution. Okay, but I choose to work this way. In any way that works best for you. That is one thing with homemade production. You don't have to stick to a particular method, but make sure that all your ingredients, if you want to, if you're making this soup subsequently, make sure that all your ingredients are the same. Okay, so what is saying me adding here is the oil I measured out first. All right, and here goes in my butters. I'll mix that, mix it very well, mix it very well. You see how light the soup mixture is, unlike the other oils I was using, I used it the other time, that once you mix your lye with it, everything will harden up. Okay, but thank God I let her talk to the man and he changed the oil for me. All right, so see how light it is and how beautiful it is. Okay, now at this point, if you're not adding any other additive, you can add your fragrance essential oil and pour into your mold. Okay, but since I'll be this is a pimple soap, I'll be adding all the active ingredients. Okay, I have about 8 active ingredients here. Make sure you don't exceed the usage range of each of the actives. Okay, and all the actives are powders and some, you know, liquid or extracts. So mix everything together, make sure that it's properly mixed. Okay, if you know, you can dissolve your you can dissolve some of your powders or some of your actives in your oil. The ones that are oil soluble, you can dissolve them in your oil. The ones that are water soluble, you can dissolve them in your lye. Okay, and mix it very well. All right, so I will make sure that I don't have a lump of the actives in here. Okay, mind you, this is not a beginner's recipe. This is not a beginner's recipe. Okay, because if you have not made soap before and you want to follow this step here by adding your actives into your soap batter, especially when you're working with much 3 to 4 actives and you want to add them into your soap batter, trust me, everything will, you won't be able to, to mix everything together. You must have surely have some lumps. Okay, so this is not a beginner's recipe. All right, so I'll add in, what you see me adding here is honey. I love adding honey to my soup so much, and honey is also an antioxidant. Okay, it also helps in clearing the skin. It gives you a bright skin. Okay, for those that apply honey on their skin. I have a sister who uses honey every morning. Alright, and if you see her skin, oh, you'll be jealous. Okay, I mix everything together. Mix everything together. Then I will pour into my mold after adding my lemon. Mind you, there is no fragrance in this. This is lemon extract and lemon essential oil. That is what I'm about to add now. I'm not using fragrance. You can use fragrance, okay, but this is lemon essential oil and lemon extract. All right, so that's just it, and I'll go ahead and pour into my mold. Like I said earlier, if you have not subscribed to this channel, what are you waiting for? Please kindly subscribe to this channel, especially when you are getting value from this channel. Please subscribe. See how light it is and how beautiful the butter is. Okay, and please always endeavor to drop a comment for me, because your comments will keep me, will make me make more products. Your comments will make me to improve. Your comments will, it will go a long way for me. Right, you can use any mold of your choice. If you're using wooden mold, okay, you have to line it with a polythene bag or something, so that the soup will be able to come out easily when fully saponified. And if you're using silicone mold, you don't need to lie anything on it. You don't need to apply even oil. Then if you're using a plastic mold, you have to apply some oil. Okay, in my ebook I talked about different modes and how they saponify. Okay, how fast they get your soup hardened up. All right, so if you've not gotten that ebook, make sure you get it. There's so many things, there's so many values in that ebook. All right, so you'll be able to know the type of mold you use for your soup. Okay, so I'll pour in the remaining butter into the silicone mold. Okay, if you have plastic mold. If you don't have a mold and you're a beginner, please, you can use a takeaway plate. You can use your soap dish. Okay, apply a little amount of coconut oil and pour in your soap, and in 24 hours or thereabouts, everything will come out smoothly and fine. Okay, so that's just it with the soap, and I will cut it or come back and unmold it in 24 hours. Okay, and see you all in 24 hours. Okay, it's been 24 hours of making the soap. Can you see how beautiful it is? I'm already unmolding it. See how beautiful it is. Literally, if your pimple looks at this soap, it will vanish. You don't even need to apply much because it's very, very super active. Okay, I will cut it. See how it is. See how beautiful it is. And I'm going to keep it for some weeks to harden up. And thank you all for your love and support. Bye.